a Saturday night SEC road test of the champion. The lights are on, the place is packed, a rowdy environment awaits number one. Saban's group is dangerous, a defense that often outscores opponents themselves, and a rising star quarterback as calm and cool as could be. We'll see if he stays that way. Arkansas is roaring. Brett Bielema has built up the Razorbacks for this game, this chance, this one night. It's the hopeful Hogs against the Kings of the SEC. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned punch-in-the-mouth SEC showdown. Here we go. From Razorback Stadium, you got the #1 team in the country, mighty Alabama, on the road against 16th-ranked Arkansas. Arkansas team familiar with games like this. In fact, no program has played more close games against #1 than these Hogs. 9 1-possession games all time against the #1 ranked team, more than any other program in college football history. Good evening, Todd.
Hello.
Think we got a good one here, my friend.
So
Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge with you. We'll talk to Holly Rowe in just a moment. Well, Bama has the longest win streak in the country at 17. They've got an elite defense, so you can understand national perception of how this game should play out, but being with you all week, you say otherwise possibly.
Well, I think Arkansas has a chance. They've played them pretty good the last 2 years. I think they have some ingredients that you need to win a game like this, but in order to beat a team as well disciplined and as physical as Alabama, you don't just need the ingredients, you got to have the right recipe. And I think tonight the recipe for them, #1, their offensive coordinator Dan Enos has to call a masterful game. Not just mixing run and pass, but mixing tempo, mixing some unconventional things. #2, I think their defense has to prevent the big chunk plays and the 2 points of focus, passes over the top, and quarterback runs. They've got to do a great job containing the quarterback. And #3, their punter, senior Toby Baker, has to be a weapon tonight in the field position battle. He's been great all year. He has to have an outstanding game.
Let's go down to the field to Holly.
Well, it is a very emotional night tonight for Arkansas center Frank Ragnow. He is playing just 2 days after he attended the funeral of his father, John. Late last Saturday night, about 6:30, Brett Bielema had to call him into the office and call his mother, Marty, and find out that his father had passed away from an apparent heart attack. He's been home with his family in Minnesota all week. The funeral was Thursday at 11 a.m., and then by 8 p.m. Thursday night, he was back here in Fayetteville. 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday, he was in the office watching film, preparing to start and play in this game. They left a decision up to Frank whether he wanted to play or not, but guys, I cannot imagine the emotions going through this young man to play tonight just 2 days after he's buried his father.
So true, Holly. Unthinkable, emotional roller coaster ride of immeasurable grief. And now this game for Frank Ragnow. Brett Bielema, his 4th season at Arkansas. He described losing 52-0 back in Bama when he started as the hardest loss to take of his career. Said it was embarrassing. It gutted everything that he believed in. Of course, Nick Saban, 5 national championships deep into his career. He's got great respect for what it is to play at this place, this road setting, Razorback Stadium. As Connor Lippert gets us started here. And Marks will take it out of the end zone. And he was met well prior to the 20-yard line, a 19-yard return there. So Jalen Hertz, the true freshman, Todd, what's your take on him?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's impressive. Watching him on film, he's got a lot of ingredients. When you take a look at him, #1, he's a dangerous runner, and that's the real threat he poses to this Arkansas defense. Secondly, composure and maturity beyond his years, and I think it's that composure that has made him one of the real leaders of this team. The rest of this football team believes in #2, even though he's right out of high school.
Damien Harris will start in the backfield with Hertz as they go tap pass to Ridley to open up the game, and Ridley's able to turn the corner for a good gainer. Impact players are brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Josh Jacobs is a true freshman running back. Had a 100-yard game last week. You just saw Calvin Ridley. He's the threat as a star receiver. And Dre Greenlaw is the leading tackler for Arkansas. Harris doesn't find much on 2nd and 1, but enough to move the chains.
You know, that first play with Ridley on that jet sweep motion, they've been doing that a lot this year. Lane Kiffin has really kind of changed the way they're playing offense with the young quarterback. And Ridley got the ball on that, but they'll use that motion a lot, and that forces the defensive eyes to really be disciplined and pay attention to Ridley wherever he goes.
Harris on 1st down as he's able to get through 2 good blocks set up by the tight end and receiver, and finally brought down by Lydell. We see O.J. Howard, the role he can play out on the perimeter blocking.
Wide receivers have to block. He's a big wide receiver, a smaller tight end, but did a nice job. And really, that's the part of his game that's developed the most in his career at Alabama, his ability to block. Now you got freshman in the backfield for Alabama.
And a big hole this time for Josh Jacobs. Watch out. Big gainer for the freshman as he dives towards the pylon, but it'll be marked down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Bama.
Well, he has a great ability to make people miss. They bring that motion. Again, that motion with Ridley is enough to just confuse the defense a little bit, get some linebackers out of position. And Alabama takes advantage of it.
Little tempo here, quick to the line. Jacobs trying to fight his way up there, but instead Brooks Ellis was there with the tackle.
This defense depends on Brooks Ellis and Dre Greenlaw to make the majority of tackles at the inside linebacker position. And sometimes with that motion with the wide receiver, particularly when he got it the first play, distracts those guys.
2nd and goal, once again tackled at the line. It was Greenlaw coming around and finding Jacobs. And they're saying there's a fumble, but the officials haven't marked anything as the Arkansas defense.
After review, the player fumbled the ball. It was recovered by Arkansas. Over 1st and 10 for Arkansas at the 1-yard line. Arkansas will not be charged with timeout and has no changes remaining for the game.
And what a critical timeout called by Brett Bielema. So the 56-yard run by Josh Jacobs, and the golden opportunity knocking out the door, the fumble and the recovery by Coley.
Now Arkansas behind center. Frank Ragnow has to kind of pound it out away from their own goal line against this very stout Alabama front 7. The strength of this team is that front 7. As Holly mentioned, Frank was gone all week.
Is not charged the timeout of the play. 1st down, Arkansas.
He only practiced on Friday, Todd Ragnow. Obviously, Dad's funeral services were Thursday up in Minneapolis.
Our offensive line coach, Kurt Anderson, recorded every practice and installation session, sent it to him on video. Frank Ragnow watched all of it, kind of therapeutic for him as well during his time away.
Austin Allen's a pass out of his own end zone and gets it complete to Morgan. Austin Allen, the first-year starting quarterback who has been very good so far, Todd.
Gets better each week. Number one, he is a very accurate passer, as we saw in that dangerous throw from his end zone. His first year as a starter, but he's been in this offense for 3 years. He has great understanding, and he is a tough guy. We saw him take a lot of shots against A&M, and he'll get knocked around tonight, but he keeps getting up and firing that ball.
Morgan again that time. Impact players brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Arkansas's running back is Raleigh Williams, second in the SEC in rushing yards. Of course, if the offense has success running the ball, then it sets up the play action for their tight end Jeremy Sprinkle. But opposite is arguably the best defensive lineman in the country in Alabama, senior leader Jonathan Allen.
Arkansas going with a big lineup now. Number 86 is in the ball game. Jake Hall. He's actually an offensive tackle. 6'5", 266-pound sophomore. He's going to line up over here on the right side in the wing position off the sprinkle. That's him in motion.
3rd and 1. Play action. Austin Allen. And he's able to get there with ease and scoot out just beyond the 15-yard line. A 6-yard run on 3rd and 1 flat. So Arkansas has worked their way out of a hole. After the turnover down at the goal line, now all the way out to the 26. Raleigh Williams, not much most of the time against that Arkansas defensive line, as Payne and Tomlinson clogging things up.
They're very hard to run on inside because they're very stout and physical, and they play with excellent technique and fundamentals. On early downs, this defensive front is very much a two-gap defense, meaning they control the guy trying to block him and they guard two gaps, and they're very hard to move out of there. On pass situations, they crank it up as pass rushers a little bit more.
Batted away that time by Reuben Foster.
Good pressure, first of all. Pressure came from Deron Payne, number 94. And that prevented Austin Allen from getting a really strong throw on this. Watch Payne. Right there in the face, the ball a little bit behind, and Reuben Foster able to get a hand on it. This is where you don't want to be if you're Arkansas against this Alabama defense. 3rd and long. Got to take care of Tim Williams, number 56. He's the guy you got to really contend with as a pass rusher right there.
Third and 14. Nearly intercepted that time by Hootie Jones. There was pressure coming in on Austin Allen.
He doesn't play every down, and because of this, Tim Williams is really fresh. He goes on an inside move. He gets help. The tackle gets help from the guard, but he's still in there enough to make Austin Allen just kind of fling that. He doesn't step into the throw. He flings it for Keon Hatcher, and that was kind of a dangerous throw. Good coverage downfield in a punt situation.
On the field is one of the guys you mentioned as a key for Arkansas tonight. That's the punter, Toby Baker. Field position against Bama, so critical. Eddie Jackson back to return. Driven all the way back to the 24, and great coverage that time on the punt from Toby Baker. Driving it 53 yards down the field. More to come from Hog Heaven here in Fayetteville. Damien Harris untouched on that left side, and here goes Damien Harris. Can he break away? Finally wrestled down at the 5-yard line. Yet another 1st and goal for Alabama off a 50-plus yard run.
2 big plays, both runs 50-plus yards. Just poor discipline by Arkansas, not in their lanes, and then a couple missed tackles, and we've seen both tailbacks make it pay.
Here's Hertz now on 1st and goal with a block and into the end zone. Damien Harris gave him a good ride into the end zone that time, clearing the way.
Well, O.J. Howard also got a block on the middle linebacker, Brooks Ellis. Watch 88 and 34. These two guys are going to escort the quarterback into the end zone. O.J. Howard on the middle linebacker, Damien Harris with the kick out, and a walk-in touchdown for Jalen Hertz.
4th rushing touchdown of the season for Jalen Hertz. As Adam Griffith tacks it on. And number 1, Alabama. They've made it look easy. 3 plays in only 46 seconds. No fumble on the goal line this time. Nothing but Hertz and Kiffin enjoying the end results. Well, the locals are hoping that Eureka Pizza here in Fayetteville is a little busier come Monday. They announced they're going to give away 1,000 free large pizzas to students and faculty if somehow the Hogs can topple mighty Bama tonight. You know, Arkansas hadn't allowed a first quarter touchdown since opening week, and then with the big run and the touchdown by Hertz, 7-zip Alabama. Here's Deion Stewart on a return there as the ball comes loose, and Alabama comes up with it. That is Wilson, the linebacker, Mac Wilson, with the recovery.
Well, it was Hootie Jones, number 6, who ripped it out. I mean, he intentionally went and grabbed it and ripped it out. Watch number 6 come off his block, get in there with the right arm, and just rip the football out. It was a good return out to the 30-yard line and a costly turnover, but an excellent play by Hootie Jones. It's a very important turnaround change of possessions for the Arkansas defense. They've given up 2 long runs, 2 big plays, and this is not a team that is built to come from behind by more than 2 touchdowns. They have to keep this game within 10 points to play their game.
Late against Texas A&M. Bo Scarborough, the running back now. And Hertz pulls it on the option that time and then is wrestled down by Scooter Harris.
Arkansas expected Alabama to run a little bit more than they've been running. They've been a heavy pass team here for the last few weeks. And they've come in today with the idea that they're going to run the football. And with Dre Greenlaw, their leading tackler, on the bench, a more vulnerable Arkansas defense.
Hertz again keeping it. Let's check in with Holly about Greenlaw.
Well, in what could be a devastating development, Dre Greenlaw, the leading tackler, the #1 guy on this Arkansas defense, is being carted off the field right now. He's got a right leg injury. He went through an extensive examination in their medical tent, but they're going to take him for further evaluation and likely an x-ray.
Top 10 in the SEC in tackles. #1 here at Arkansas. They cannot afford to miss him on the field. 3rd and 4.
Ridley is the go-to guy. He's at the bottom of the screen. 11 catches a week ago against Kentucky.
Hertz, as he's able to get it to Ardarius Stewart, who works his way close to the 10-yard line. It'll be a Alabama first down there.
Nice job by the inside receiver that time, Garrick Dieter, who drew both coverage guys. He ran the out route, or the up route, drew both coverage and left Stewart open.
Jalen Hertz, plenty of time, checks underneath to Harris, where he is met.
Again, you see the composure of Jalen Hertz. That is the thing that popped out of me on film when I watched him in the Ole Miss game, the last hostile environment he played in front of. And they got down 24-3, and he just never lost his cool, never got flustered. 5 for 5 throwing it so far tonight.
Runs to the boundary side and fighting his way into the end zone as a flag comes down. Maybe a face mask there, but if it stands, it is going to be Jalen Hertz' 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
Nothing fancy about it. I mean, it's just quarterback run all the way. Try to overload that side with blockers, and then you count on a guy who has tremendous leg strength.
The field's a touchdown. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. Touchdown.
So the fumble on the kickoff recovered by Bama. Right down the field they go. And Nick Saban watching his freshman quarterback, who, to your point, so cool and composed. Remember, he started his career against USC with a fumble on his first college play.
Came into 3rd possession and fumbled his first play. Never got flustered.
And they're making quick work of these opportunities. Had the 3-play drive. It was less than a minute. Here, just 5 plays, 2 minutes, and once again, looked the same, didn't it? Leading the way, Howard and Harris, and into the end zone. Jalen Hertz freshman quarterback. 2-touchdown lead for the Tide. Let's go to the...
I think you got to look to Jeremy Sprinkle soon in this pass game.
Williams barely getting back to the line of scrimmage as Anderson and Ronnie Harrison came up to fill those gaps.
Alabama's defense again so difficult to run on coming into the game, giving up only 69 yards per game rushing, only allowing 13 points a game. Very good in the red zone, only 1 touchdown allowed in the red zone. They're disciplined up front, they play their gaps, they're excellent in the back end, and they try to stop every play you run.
Downfield, taking a shot well beyond Cody Hollister. As the crowd wanted a flag there, but it was a well-measured coverage from Ronnie Harrison.
Well, it was, but there was contact. I thought Ronnie Harrison got away with a hold. I thought he was grabbing Hollister down the sideline. The safety working on Hollister. I think he's got a hold of the jersey, and he just got away with it. One of the things when we talked to the Arkansas coaches, Dan Enos said, they really use their hands well, and they get away with it quite a bit. They have great technique and great fundamentals. But in that case, I think they might have gotten away with one.
The side judge, Jesse DePoo, had a very good look at it, too. 3rd and 9. Allen steps up. And a good catch by Cornelius again for a first down. So he's been the go-to guy here on this drive. 16-yard reception.
Excellent job by Austin Allen stepping up in the pocket, buying himself some extra time, keeping his eyes downfield and finding Cornelius over the middle for the first down. Not a scramble, just enough movement in the pocket to create a little extra time and a better throwing window.
Out of the backfield, Williams, but the target, he threw it to the right of it, and he was decked again. Time and time again, Austin Allen has got to pick himself up.
He's a tough guy, just like his brother was a tough guy. I think his brother Brandon's here at the game tonight. Tim Williams coming with a free rush. And we saw this in the A&M game. He was only sacked 1 time, but he got hit plenty of other times and knocked to the ground.
Cornelius coming around that jet motion as he gets by the first would-be tackler.
Well, there's a late flag. He's going to get 15 more on the end of that play. This is a critical drive for Arkansas to stay within range and to get back in this football game.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Defense number 22. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Cornelius does a good job of eluding one would-be tackler, and then out of bounds clearly Ryan Anderson with the unnecessary hit. And 15 free yards for Arkansas.
Now, you mentioned it. When trailing by 14 or more points, 6-22 overall is Bielema. 1-11 here at Arkansas. It's his brand of football to stay right on course.
You have to stay on schedule and get the game into the 4th quarter down by 7 or 10 or even or ahead, or else that game's a little bit too tough for you.
Play action again. Downfield, he's gone. Wide open is Sprinkle. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Well, it was Ryan Anderson who got called for the personal foul on the sideline a play ago. And it was Ryan Anderson who got beat in single coverage on the big tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle, for the touchdown.
And now the school record for touchdown catches. Jeremy Sprinkle, 11 career touchdown catches. That tops the Mackey Award winner DJ Williams from a few years back.
Talked about Dan Enos, the kind of game he had to call. He had to do some unconventional things. That was an unconventional look. Taking your big tight end, putting him out wide, bringing him back in motion, getting him isolated on a linebacker, and then beating them down the field.
Left-footed Connor Lippert. And marks this time from the goal line. Flag is down all the way back at the 32-yard line on that return. Hertz looking over his options and throws it away. Let's check in with Holly on what's going on with Greenlaw.
Well, Dre Greenlaw has a right foot contusion. They've taken him back into their football facility to have an x-ray, so he's not out here yet. So in his place is a freshman, Damien Harris. He's played in 4 games this year with 11 tackles, but a huge assignment on his plate right now. He's got to play next to Brooks Ellis, who they've had a great chemistry with Greenlaw and Ellis. Now they'll have to replace him with Harris.
There is Harris, Dijon Scooter Harris. Mom said when he was a baby, he scooted along the floor. Since then, everybody calls him Scooter. The end of a first quarter. That saw Jalen Hertz lead the way for the Tide with a couple of touchdown runs. And then Arkansas able to respond. Number 1 with a road test here in Fayetteville. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe with you here at Razorback Stadium. 14-7 Bama on top.
Think about this Alabama offense. We've seen Ardarius Stewart be a factor. We've seen both backs be a factor, although we've not seen Josh Jacobs since they took him to the locker room. It's been a while since Ridley has touched the football, and when I watch them on film, after it's been a few plays or a series of plays, they try to get number 3 the football.
Hertz tracked down, and Collins came up, and that's a loss of 1. Brooks Ellis also in pursuit there.
Good discipline so far on defending Jalen Hertz as a runner. He does have the 2 rushing touchdowns, but that was different down inside the 5-yard line. Out in the field, Arkansas's defense has been locked in and playing with proper leverage and technique, defending him as a runner.
Watch out for that guy. Ardarius Stewart already has 2 third-down catches tonight. This is 3rd and 16.
O.J. Howard, the only receiver on the bottom of the screen.
3rd and 16, and Hertz is just going to be able to pick up 3 yards that time as Andre Tolliver was able to corral him, and the punt team will head on out.
Best defensive possession of the night for Arkansas right there.
One of the best punters in the nation, Denver's J.K. Scott. Kid came from the Rocky Mountains down there to Tuscaloosa. He's been booming them now for 3 years. Jared Cornelius back for the Hogs.
Wonder what he was like kicking in that light air in Denver.
And he drives this one. And it goes all the way into the end zone. The defense did their job for Arkansas. And now back to business with Raleigh Williams. That's truer to their identity, but struggling to run the ball against this elite Bama front.
Yeah, only 7 yards rushing before that play. Now takes him into double digits at 10. But they got to stick with it. I mean, you can't get away from that because their play action pass is such a big part of what they do. So you have to continue to try to pound it in there some and see if you can break a couple tackles. And if you get 4 yards, that's a win against any defense, but particularly against this Alabama defense.
Coming after Allen. Ball comes loose. Tim Williams has it, and he's got blockers in front. Picking up a block, and Bama has done it again. Another defensive touchdown. That is their 6th
Austin Allen was trying to step up in the pocket and throw the football, but Deshaun Hand, number 9, hit him before he could load and throw. Watch as Allen steps up in the pocket to elude Reuben Foster. Deshaun Hand hits his arm and knocks the ball out. And a scoop and score again for this unbelievable Alabama defense.
Bama has now scored 8 non-offensive touchdowns this year, the most in the country. Tim Williams, wow. Number 1 Bama. They've done it with defense, scoring with defense. Tim Williams moments ago, the 23-yard fumble return touchdown. Todd, if you want to stay in a game like this, you want to pull the upset, you cannot give Bama free points. Drew Morgan here from his goal line. That's a fine looking return by Morgan. Right back out there is Austin Allen. See the average drive start own 15-yard line for Arkansas. Here comes Williams again, as if Austin Allen hasn't seen enough of him.
Well, this is just bad footwork by Jeremy Sprinkle. I mean, he's lined up on the line. It's maximum protection. I mean, you got to make this block. He steps outside, and Tim Williams uses his speed and goes right inside to the quarterback. I mean, you've got to step down first and make him work outside. He's too fast of a pass rusher to give him that lane. You keep a tight end to get extra blockers to protect your quarterback, and that time, Jeremy Sprinkle didn't do his job. And behind the chains again to start this possession for Arkansas.
That was far to the outside of Keon Hatcher.
Tim Williams is a fun guy to watch. He doesn't play every down. He was in on that first down play, but last year he had 10.5 sacks, 12.5 tackles for loss. He's not an overly big guy, but he is explosive and fast, and he plays so hard. I mean, he never stops pursuing a play. They try to keep him fresh. They try to keep him energized. And when it's a passing situation like this, if you try to block him one-on-one or take a false step, he's going to be in your quarterback's lap.
3rd and 20. Allen able to run, and there's some open field there. And he was met, able to keep his footing, made the most of it as Eddie Jackson was the first to get to him and picked up 17 yards. Holly.
Well, Todd, you're talking about that all-out effort from Tim Williams and his motor. After that scoop and scored the long touchdown run, he came over to the sideline, but he had to get a little oxygen. He gave a little too much on that play, took a few gulps of it, came right back on the field, and you should have just seen his effort on that last play. Chased Austin Allen all down the field and then leveled a guy with a huge block. He is all over.
Toby Baker, 8th in the nation in punt average, to kick away to the dangerous Eddie Jackson. Fair catch inside the 20 against Ole Miss. And right down the middle to O.J. Howard, as Howard gets the reception out to the 40-yard line. 21-yard reception.
Really good play fake by Jalen Hertz. It froze the linebacker Brooks Ellis. Nice deliberate fake by Jalen Hertz. And then he found his tight end open in the middle.
Remember, Greenwald, leading tackler for Arkansas, is out injured right now. Damien Harris getting extended work and lowering his shoulders, Holly.
Well, he's getting that extended work because Joshua Jacobs has been out injured. They took him to the locker room. They brought him back out. He's been on the cycle, moving his legs, but they've put an electrical stimulation machine on his right forearm. It's all wrapped up big, but they're going to continue to evaluate him. There's a chance he could return.
Such a promising future for Josh Jacobs. Good defensive play that time by Tywan Johnson. Loss of 4.
Tywan Johnson gets penetration inside the left guard. Pierschbacher, and a loss of yardage play. There haven't been many of them for this Arkansas defense, but that one came at a great time.
3rd and 6 now.
Arkansas showing a 5-man rush and a man-free coverage right now.
Bring 4 out of the backfield is Harris. Easily with Cam Robinson sealing a wall, and then he breaks free, and Damien Harris will score off of it. 56-yard touchdown by Damien Harris. The play looked to be over. Arkansas had it, but Harris had more.
Man-free coverage. That means this is the guy that has to be blocked. Watch the receiver come inside and get him, and Cam Robinson lead outside. It's man coverage. Who is responsible for the back? Get him blocked. Get your lineman out in front, and then poor tackling on the sideline for Arkansas. The guy who's in there for Greenlaw is the guy who got blocked and then missed the tackle on the sideline. Tough play that time for Harris.
On a night when Bama has had the big plays, as well as everything else. Look at this effort from Damien Harris. 294 yards of total offense already, and a 3-touchdown lead for Lane Kiffin and the boys.
Alabama 294 yards of offense, 169 coming on 3 plays. Talked about Arkansas defense, can't give up the big chunk plays. Those are big chunk plays.
Big plays for Alabama, adding into that 294 total yards.
Yeah, 3 big plays and another defensive touchdown.
And Arkansas on the ground that time with Whaley. Just 3 yards.
The difference between Alabama's defense this year and last year, I think the frontline guys very similar talent. They don't have as much depth. A lot of these guys that are playing regular now were in the rotation last year. They don't have the same kind of depth behind their frontline guys, but their first 11 that they run out there are pretty doggone good.
2nd and 8. A little delay, and once again they keep it on the ground. They will get a first down out of this that time, as Devwa Whaley getting some work. 10-yard run.
Best run of the night for Arkansas. Little good delay draw. They show pass, they set pass. Good block by Jeremy Sprinkle on the inside linebacker Hamilton to get him for the first down.
Allen's just going to dump it straight ahead to Jeremy Sprinkle. Only 2 that time, as Ryan Anderson was quick to get there. Sprinkle had the touchdown catch earlier. Alabama has been on their game every which way tonight. And that guy has been dominant coming after Austin Allen. Tim Williams had the scoop and score. Set up the screen to Williams. And a good cut block with Dan Skipper downfield, and a good gainer for Arkansas.
And Frank Ragnow got the key block. It wasn't a huge block, but watch number 72 get the block on Tim Williams, because Williams is going to read this play, and Ragnow is just able to get a hand on him. Just enough of a block to get Williams to the edge. Then Skipper with the cut block. But Ragnow, the guy playing after a short week, after the funeral of his father, huge block on that play.
Told you earlier, lost his dad John last Saturday night. Only 1 day of practice this week. It'll be 1st and goal from the 18. Screen to the near side, and it's Cantrell, and he tiptoes his way, the big man. He's a big boy carrying that rock.
Good job by Skipper and Ragnow again. The two leaders on this offensive line getting out in front of the tight end on the screen. 2 times they've run the screen. They've both been effective. You got to get those big hosses out in front and set up your blocks, and both those guys got critical blocks on the play.
260-pounder getting the ball in his hands. With 6'10", 319 out in front of it. Second and goal, more manageable now. It's the ball on the 7-yard line. Looks back the other way. Here comes danger to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Cornelius. Minka Fitzpatrick was there with him, but you could see Tim Williams hunting him down.
They were first looking to throw the ball to Morgan out here. It was a fake, pump fake by Allen on the slant, and then tried to get it back outside. It wasn't there. That's why he had to come to the other side of the formation and then just get rid of it before Tim Williams got him to the ground. Good coverage on Drew Morgan that time.
12th play of this drive. 3rd and goal. Allen to the end zone. And well beyond Hatcher, as by the time he looked up, ball was sailing over his head.
Just excellent coverage by Alabama. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. They had 4 defenders playing over the top and no separation, just nobody open. Watch as this play develops. Excellent position, excellent technique and fundamentals by the defensive secondary of Alabama, and nowhere to go with the football for Austin Allen.
So McFain comes on for the field goal attempt and puts it through. 28-10. Long drive ends in a field goal for the Hogs.
Because again, they're going to give field position to Alabama here with just under 3 minutes in the half.
So with the penalty, this kickoff is returned from the 15 by Marks.
Only 1 interception. He did have that fumble his first play against SC, but good ball security.
Complete this time to Forrestall.
Wow, how was he so wide open? Forrestall, a young tight end, kind of more of a big receiver, and this is a breakdown and a bust in the Arkansas coverage because he was wide open, and if Hertz doesn't underthrow this one, Forrestall catches it and walks into the end zone.
I'll tell you, Hertz does a great job of getting this team with tempo to the line and set. Scarborough now, as he is a big body down there, lowering the shoulder. Holly.
Well, bad news for for Arkansas. Their best tackler, their most sure tackler, Dre Greenlaw, is out for the rest of this game. He's come back out from the locker room on crutches, a right foot bone injury. I did hear him tell a teammate he felt and heard something pop, so definitely not good news. His replacement, Damien Harris, had a big miss on that last touchdown for Alabama. They're going to have to shore that up.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. I mean, he and Brooks Ellis, the 2 leading tacklers. The defense is set up for those 2 guys to make the majority of plays, and not having Greenlaw is a huge loss for this Razorback defense.
Scarborough again, as he will have enough for a tied first down. Dietrich Weiss with the tackle.
Alabama with 2 timeouts left in the first half. Clock under 1:40 now.
To the outside goes Bo Scarborough. And into the end zone. And another missed tackle and another all too easy effort for the Alabama offense. Just like that, they come down the field.
Well, that's just, Jared Collins can't let this happen. He's got contained. Number 29 has outside leverage. He must keep everything to his inside, and he's going to go for the little bob fake by Scarborough and get beat to the outside. I mean, he's got to do his job, and he didn't do his job, and Bo Scarborough gets an easy touchdown.
Todd, Bama just looks awesome right now.
They do.
They just look awesome.
Better than they've looked on film of the games that I watched. This is the best that they've looked.
First thing that guy said to us when we sat down with him yesterday, he said, we haven't played a complete game yet. We're inconsistent, especially in the first half. Yeah. That went away.
It did.
That was a point of emphasis clearly this week.
Their offense has looked outstanding tonight.
Drew Morgan from about the 7, and he was met right away.
And you can't give field position, and as much as we both like Brett Bielema, that loss of composure there that cost them on that kickoff that gave Alabama great field position, you can't do that either to a team like Alabama.
Raleigh Williams dragged down from behind by Dalvin Tomlinson. Tomlinson, one of the guys that probably doesn't get enough credit. So many big names have played on this defensive front in recent years.
The thing about them, their defensive line after this play.
Good effort that time by Cornelius as he breaks free, trying to be tracked down, and finally is dragged down inside the 20 by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So an opportunity now in this final minute for the Hogs.
Well, this is a throw by Austin Allen right in between two defenders. It's a corner route. There's a corner underneath and a safety over the top, and neither one of them made a play. Cornelius went for the ball, and Arkansas in business.
57-yard reception for Cornelius. And beyond Hollister. A couple timeouts remain for Arkansas. 36 seconds to play in the half.
I mean, it is still very much an uphill thing in front of Arkansas. But if they can get a touchdown, which again is easier said than done against Alabama in the red zone, they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. This is a critical opportunity for Arkansas to not settle for a field goal here, find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
So dream scenario is a 14-point loop here, but you gotta climb the mountain in the red zone against mighty Bama, and that is tough to do. Allen to the end zone, he goes. Is that secured? Yes, touchdown, Keon Hatcher.
Beautiful throw by Austin Allen. Nick Saban not happy with Jeremy Pruitt on that coverage. That was missed clock management by Alabama.
Little bit of life before the half for Arkansas as we send it back to the studio halftime report, the Buick halftime report. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, Coach, as well as your defense played at times, Arkansas nearly doubled their passing yards on those last two drives. What do you want to shore up back there?
Well, we're just not playing very well fundamentally. I mean, we don't play the ball in the reception area, not covered very well man-to-man. We're not containing the quarterback. I mean, we just hadn't played very well. We started out playing pretty good early in the game, but the last two drives, we just not playing fundamental football like we need to.
With that chunk play, you could have maybe gone for a time or a field goal there. What happened on that last timeout situation?
Well, if we'd have got inside the 35-yard line, we're going to call timeout and kick a field goal, but he's out of his range.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Bama has won 9 straight against Arkansas. Arkansas has been competitive the last couple of years. Now they sit here at 35-17 at the half. And you look at these total yardage numbers, 640 combined total yards. What says you, Todd Blackledge?
Well, I think that Arkansas made too many mistakes to stay in the game. Alabama's the #1 team in the country for a reason. I mean, they get on you. They take advantage of your mistakes. They take advantage of short field. They take advantage of turnovers. If Arkansas wants to get back in this game, they've got to eliminate those. I mean, they got to play a picture-perfect second half to try to get back in this game. But Alabama, I thought, has been outstanding in the first half.
As Arkansas will take control of the ball here. Here's Holly moments ago with Big Brett.
Well, Coach, you got pretty heated there in the first half. What was the point you were trying to make to the official there?
Well, I was trying to tell him how good a job he's doing. They're actually, as an umpire, he's supposed to watch guard to guard, and he's doing an exceptional job. He called it on a tackle, so I want to tell how good he was doing.
Okay, your offense found something on those last 2 drives. What was it, and how can you stick with it?
We know we could move the ball. We just can't, what's hurting us is we're sitting ourselves. We had 2 turnovers, one on the kickoff return, have a nice play, got stripped out, great by Alabama, and then obviously the play that got stripped out of Austin, which really gave them 14 points. And then obviously we got to be able to set the edge on defense and just tackle. We got to get the ball back, get a quick score, and get right back in it.
Okay.
Allen from his end zone. And that was incomplete. And beyond Cantrell, as Harrison was covering the big guy.
Pretty good coverage. Crowd wanted a pass interference on Ronnie Harrison. I think he was making a play on the ball. There was contact as the ball got to Cantrell, but I think Harris was making a play on the ball. Left hand might have been on the back.
Well, that is not a spot we're used to seeing Austin Cantrell running around like that.
Again, I think trying to show him one look and give him something different, but Alabama was not fooled.
Allen again from the end zone. Tries the other side, and the pass defended by the talented Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Well, that's a dangerous throw there. I mean, you're on the right hash, you're deep in your end zone, and you're throwing all the way to the left sideline. This ball's in the air so long, it enables Fitzpatrick to make a play on it. And I think Austin Allen actually kind of lucky that wasn't intercepted. Boy, another 3rd and long for Arkansas.
And that guy's got a target on number 8. But straight up the middle, the pressure came that time. And that ball was intercepted by Fitzpatrick. He tracked it, stayed with it, snagged it. Dalvin Tomlinson came in on Allen, tried to loft it away. Fitzpatrick with the interception.
Well, I think Froholt, the left guard, made the mistake. Ragnow's going to pick up Foster. The left guard should have stepped in to pick up Tomlinson. And because of that immediate pressure, Austin Allen's just trying to throw this ball away, but he doesn't get enough on it to get it to the sideline. A mistake in the protection, I think, by the left guard. Great inside pressure by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Remember earlier we showed you that interception, that pass without an interception streak.
Yeah.
He had 146 straight, and then that pick thrown there. Damien Harris, the big cam out in front. Ball comes loose again. And this time, Calvin Ridley was in the right place to secure it.
Another good play call and a little swing pass. Damien Harris just not able to secure the football. Good hit by DeAndre Coley, right on the ball. And Ridley there for the recovery.
Harris nowhere to go. Stephen Beanham with the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 5. As Lane looks over that call sheet. He scored 2 times on that earlier, but this time DeAndre Coley is able to find Jalen Hertz. So 3rd and goal for Bama.
Boy, single coverage out here on Ridley. No safety help at all.
Looks that way and finds him. Touchdown, Alabama. Calvin Ridley.
That's too easy right there.
Said that a few times tonight.
Jalen Hertz just, I mean, he is just getting better by the moment. He is now 13 of 15, 253 yards and 2 touchdowns, and just calmly leading this Alabama offense.
That's the descriptive I'm keying in on, Todd. You and I have done a lot of SEC primetime pressure-packed night games. He's calm. I don't feel like I'm broadcasting the game of a freshman quarterback. Jalen Hertz leading the way for number 1, 42-17. And boy, does Alabama look like the top team in the country tonight. 42-17. Calvin Ridley moments ago, his 4th receiving touchdown.
Well, one thing I love about Lane Kiffin, he is very demonstrative on the sideline. When he calls a play, as soon as he knows he's got the coverage he wants, he knows it's a touchdown. Even before the play is thrown, the ball is thrown, he knew it. He had exactly what he wanted, the right call at the right time.
See what's
and good coach.
Nothing happening there for Cody Walker.
Jeremy
Reuben
Pruitt.
Foster darted in.
Jeremy Pruitt, the defensive coordinator, has been pretty consistent on bringing linebackers on first down. Whether it's run or pass, they're attacking the line of scrimmage on first down, realizing that if you can get Arkansas knocked back on first down and not let them dictate the tempo and dictate where they are with the ball in the chains, you have the advantage, because now you put them into those uncomfortable down and distances where they have to pass protect.
There's Allen on 2nd and 12, steps up, barely got rid of it, and then Drew Morgan is able to take it out to the 31-yard line, brought down by Ronnie Harrison.
Nice job stepping up in the pocket. You just got to take care of the football when you do that. He tried to do that on the scoop and score, and it got knocked out of his hands. But you got to find ways to elude that rush, give yourself a little extra time, and at least they give themselves a manageable 3rd down now.
Allen sprints, tosses, and it is batted away. A flag comes in that time, as it looked like Marlon Humphrey came in from behind a little bit early against Drew Morgan.
Yeah, and again, the difference between that play and the play with Harrison earlier that didn't get called, that contact was definitely early.
Defense, number 26, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Nice job by Dan Enos moving the launch point, moving the quarterback outside, and there's the contact early by Humphrey on on Hollister. Definitely a catchable pass, left hand around the shoulder, and a good call by the official.
Now on the ground on first down with Williams, as he was tackled by Evans.
Really good tackle by Evans, because that play looked like it had a chance to bust for a bigger gain. If Evans doesn't make a sure tackle there, that's probably a 15 to 20-yard run. But see, that's a winning first down play for Arkansas, and there just have not been enough of those tonight.
Rashaan Evans calling his name often, as Reuben Foster is still being evaluated. Came off the field at last possession. 2nd and 7, Austin Allen. Near side looking for Keon Hatcher.
Jermichael Winston, I think.
As he sits now and watches if his offense can convert this 3rd down. Little under route that time, and Drew Morgan has it and more just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Arkansas from there.
Well executed that time. Sprinkle kind of clears out the route for Morgan. Nice job on the in route right in front of the quarterback's face. Austin Allen doesn't have to keep it in his hands very long. And a nice 3rd down conversion for the Razorbacks.
So 21 yards and that under route by Morgan, and a 1st and goal. And they go with some reverse action here, and that goes nowhere as Ryan Anderson was able to be in there defensively. Holly?
Well, guys, Reuben Foster, after a long evaluation in the medical tent for Alabama, has been taken into the locker room. They wanted to get a better look at him. He will likely not return to this game.
I think you got to find a way to get Jeremy Sprinkle open on this play here. The big tight end. Only 2 catches on the night. Here he is right here.
What a hit that time by Sean Dion Hamilton on Cody Walker.
Walker's just an outlet receiver. Austin Allen not able to find anything down the field, and Walker just slips out as an outlet. Very short throw and a very short gain because of the tackle by Hamilton.
Yeah, that was T-ball for Sean Dion Hamilton. Jeremy Pruitt, Nick Saban. A talented defense. A 3rd and goal for Arkansas. Good snap by Keon Hatcher. Quick hands, great result for the Hogs.
You can't be in better position in coverage than Ronnie Harrison was, but this is just a receiver snatching the ball out of the air. This isn't making a play on the ball. This is the same touchdown they scored on before the half. Sprinkle goes out, Hatcher goes to the back of the end zone and snatches the ball out of the air.
Now the Hogs are going to fight right to the end, no matter how good Bama looks tonight. Well-earned touchdown, Allen to Hatcher. First time Bama's given up a 3rd quarter touchdown since the championship game against Clemson. Marks is going to take this out of the end zone. And out to the 24. Damien Harris was met at the line of scrimmage. Holly.
We're talking about Jalen Hertz' demeanor out here. I just happened to be standing here when he walked out onto the field tonight for the very first time. From the moment he stepped onto this field, he has been so calm and collected. I feel like we're saying it too much, but I can't describe the way he manages his team on the sideline. He doesn't celebrate. He doesn't fist bump. He doesn't do too much over here. It's like calm, cool water. I'm just so relaxed watching this kid over here.
He doesn't even look like he's sweating either. I mean, when you look at his face and his neck and his arms, he embodies calmness and coolness.
Second and 8. Harris. You know, you talk about look at him too. He's just not built like a young guy. I mean, he's a physical guy. He's unbelievable in the weight room. He's a former shot putter. How many times you ever hear that about
high school quarterback? Yeah,
a high school quarterback slash. You hear that about nose tackles, middle linebackers. But look at his build here, Jalen Hertz. They're still roaring here at Razorback Stadium, hoping for a little something on 3rd and 5. Their defense can dial it up. Hertz incomplete as he was looking for Ridley.
Joe, there's still a lot of time left in this football game. We're still 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. A huge stop that time by the Arkansas defense to force a punt. And as you mentioned, this crowd wanting to stay in this game any way they can. And plays like this will keep them energized. Excellent play, dropping back underneath that to force the punt.
So J.K. Scott on to punt. The first 3 and out for Bama tonight. And a big 4.6 hang time from J.K. forces the fair catch. Cody Walker.
It's a good solid run.
Yeah, they need more of that.
Yeah.
It's truer to what they are and what they want to be than in the play action game as well.
I mean, but that puts them ahead of the sticks, and they just have not had this situation very often where they get a run for 5 or 6 yards on first down. Now they dictate the advantage, and they put the Alabama defense in that position of guessing whether it's run or pass now.
So that luxury of a 2nd and 4 for Arkansas. And they'll keep it on the ground again. And stacked up this time was Walker as Jonathan Allen came in.
That's really good disciplined defense by Alabama. Again, maintaining the edge. Anthony Jennings, number 33, was the guy who set the edge of the defense that time, forcing it back into Jonathan Allen. They're so technically sound. You know, it's fundamentally Alabama on defense in their front 7 and their back guys really fundamentally sound.
Last play of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 4, and a good effort that time by Walker. But of course, this Bama team with so much success on the road. They've won 20 of their last 22, dating back to the start of the 2011 season. Can they coast in for another one as Arkansas have a little bit of a run left for some 4th quarter drama? Find out when we return to Fayetteville. From here in Fayetteville, you're watching the SEC on ESPN. Joe Todd and Holly with you. SEC West getting interesting at the top, isn't it, with the season Texas A&M is having?
Yeah. Looking like a complete football team. Trevor Knight's been a great fit on offense. John Chavis' defense, physical. I'll tell you, the other team that's getting sneaky is Auburn. Their defense is legit. They still have a little ways to go offensively, but their defense is really good.
And so is this guy, Ryan Anderson. Everybody talks so much about Tim Williams. How about the other guy off the edge?
Well, this is a freshman running back that's got to understand, if your man is coming on the rush, you got to give up the fake and get your block. Whaley spends too much time thinking about making the fake. He doesn't pick up his assignment. And another negative play on first down. Arkansas was trying to go play action and get a deep throw down the field, and the freshman running back wasn't responsible for his protection.
So that's how the 4th quarter opens up, like we've seen much of the night. Allen under pressure, and it happens again here on 2nd and 19. Tries to extend the play and then comes across to Williams, and it works out just fine. 23-yard reception.
This is just Austin Allen being creative. I mean, the rush is there. He eludes the pressure. Tim Williams is one of the guys in pursuit. He gets out of there, keeps his eyes downfield. This is one of those no, don't throw that. Okay, great play. It's not advisable to throw it back across your body, rolling to your right, throwing to the left, but it worked out, and Arkansas with a fresh set of downs.
So a Favre-esque moving of the sticks by Austin Allen, and a first down at the 35. Delay with Williams.
I like the call because Alabama has been bringing so much inside linebacker pressure on first down. In fact, all 3 of Alabama's sacks tonight have come on first down, bringing linebackers. They slipped the draw in there for another positive gain of 5 yards on first down.
Jeremy Pruitt calling in that defense, as this will be the 9th play of this drive, and is stretched here into the 4th quarter for Arkansas. Allen, can he escape again? Tucks, runs, first down, Hogs.
I mean, it's barely hanging on, barely getting there. Again, linebacker pressure. Austin Allen gets out of there. Raleigh Williams got eaten up on the rush, and Austin Allen just makes the right decision at the right time. There's his dad, Bobby Allen. Watch Brandon play, makes similar kind of toughness plays. And now Austin getting his team close to that red zone again.
Been on the staff here for 19 years as dad. Swings it to Cody Walker, but there were just too many Tide players around everybody to have anything work out. Ryan Anderson was quick to get to Walker.
Lucky that was incomplete. You know, Alabama is so hard to fool with plays. That was a little different wrinkle. They hadn't shown a play you maybe try to fool the Alabama defense. They were not fooled at all. Ryan Anderson would have been there for a loss of yardage play had the catch been made.
Second and 10. Just beyond Hatcher. He was looking for him down the middle in the end zone.
Again, there was pressure. Deron Payne, number 94, got there, maybe didn't allow Austin Allen to really step through that throw. Trying to get Hatcher to the back of the end zone again. He's made two beautiful catches back there already. That one a little bit high.
Pressure on 3rd and 10. They pick it up, slings it, and off the hands of Cornelius.
There was a lot of contact with Ronnie Harrison. As Cornelius breaks in, Harrison gives him a shove, but the ball wasn't in the air when he made contact. Otherwise, that one would have been interference as well. Cornelius not able to come up with the catch.
Fourth and 10. Low throw, but complete. Jeremy Sprinkle, 11-yard reception on 4th and 10.
Working single coverage on the safety. Ronnie Harrison makes the little inside step move, and that created the separation. And boy, for a big guy to get down that low with his hands and get under that football, that's some athleticism for the 6'6", 260-pound tight end.
He's had an outstanding career, the senior. Earlier tonight, the touchdown catch. Most by a tight end in school history.
I'd go right back to him. If I got the coverage I like, I would go right back to him here at this part of the field.
Look what was waiting on him. Deron Payne.
The bootleg just has not worked a single time tonight, and most of them have resulted in sacks. Deron Payne is going to just read this and stay at home. He beats his man to the inside. That's Froholt, the guard that got beat. But the bootleg, which has been such a huge part of Arkansas's offensive success and production this year, has been a complete non-factor.
There's Brandon Allen. He's now with Jacksonville in the NFL. Came here to see little brother face number 1. 2nd and 18. Here's Austin Allen. Picked off again by Minkah Fitzpatrick. What a game he is having, and he's going to take it out of the end zone. And he's got a blocker in front with Allen to beat. How about it, folks? Minkah Fitzpatrick, 100 yards of glory.
Because of the pressure that Austin Allen has been under tonight. He's thrown a lot of balls here off his back foot, backpedaling, not stepping into it. That time, kind of threw it into traffic as he was backing up, and he paid the ultimate price.
Fitzpatrick.
Now watch the back pedal. He slings it, doesn't get enough on it. He's throwing into tight coverage. Wanted to throw it to the back of the end zone and didn't quite make it there. And Minkah Fitzpatrick says, not only am I going to intercept this, but I'm going to do what our defense has been doing all season. We're going to score again off of it.
BA says, oh no. Little brother. Head buried. 49-24. Glad you're with us watching Dr. Pepper's Championship Drive Game of the Week, and we are seeing a championship level defense as Minkah Fitzpatrick just had the 100-yard interception return touchdown. Dominic Reed on the return for Arkansas. Allen launching and finding Cornelius.
Wow, what a throw and catch.
Saw some arm talent going the opposite direction, cross field there.
I mean, this is really good coverage by Anthony Everett, number 28. This ball is thrown perfectly, right over the outside shoulder to the sideline to Cornelius.
That one's incomplete. Got a glimpse of Ohio State before we went on the air today. I think they're wildly talented when you look at a lot of their personnel groups, some of the unit groups on that team. I think a lot of people across the country are probably sizing up Alabama and Ohio State, making the comparison right now.
Well, coming into the day, I had Ohio State ahead of Alabama. I'm not so sure I wouldn't flip those after watching tonight, seeing this defense for myself with my own eyes, and then, you know, again, the reason I gave Ohio State the edge going into today was I just thought J.T. Barrett gave them the upper hand.
He's got the experience.
He's played at a great level. He's got the experience, but Jalen Hertz, boy, he's been impressive tonight.
Impressive effort that time by Cody Hollister.
Well, obviously, some backups in the game for Alabama rushing the passer. Not as much heat on Austin Allen, and he's been able to really sit back there and step into the last couple throws, and he's shown you his talent and his ability to throw the football when he has time.
First and goal, delay here. And a good surge that time to about the 2-yard line by Williams. You know, you just brought that up. But, you know, if you're measuring Ohio State and Alabama, yeah, you point to J.T. Barrett. I thought the same way, but there is something about Hertz. You just don't feel like you're dealing with the fickle, random inconsistencies of a true freshman. He is reliable. Williams takes it straight up the middle for a touchdown.
Take a look right up through the inside. Nice block that time by Dan Skipper. He's lined up on the left side. Frank Ragnow, the center, with a nice block.
Two-point conversion attempt. Looking for the throwback here. And this is just a 50-50 lottery ticket that comes up short. You know, they were 5 for 5 on two-point conversions since Dan Enos took over the play calling. The first miss they've had with the new coaching staff there on the offensive side. Yeah, Holly, and on behalf of our entire ESPN family that's been working this game this week, we just want to express our condolences to Frank and his mom Marty and Sarah, Katie, Jack, and Maddie. Coach Bielema really handled things as best as you could this week. Cole Hedlund with the onside kick attempt here, as the hands team, including Ardarius Stewart, easily secures that. B.J. Emmons tripped up. Of course, the road ahead for Alabama. This is the month that will define them. At Tennessee. Tennessee has been in all these late drama games. They had one with the team that comes after them on Bama's schedule. Texas A&M winning in double overtime today. And who knows what LSU now is with Coach O. Jalen Hertz will be making a trip down there to Death Valley on November 5th. As Bateman's the quarterback with Emmons in there, the true freshman running back from North Carolina. Doesn't get easier for Arkansas. Ole Miss will be coming to town next week. Of course, Chad Kelly in the news for the wrong reasons this weekend. Kelly in that high-flying offense will be here. Of course, Ole Miss had Bama in a spot before the Tide rolled back, overcoming the largest deficit in Bama history. They trailed 24-3 in the second quarter against that Ole Miss team. So Chad Kelly, with the bye week, was back home in upstate New York, western New York, and Buffalo. His little brother was playing a high school game. There was a brawl in that game. Next thing you know, Chad Kelly's out there in the middle of a high school football brawl on the field, needing to be restrained.
Yeah.
And that'll go for a touchback. Adnan. Of course, I'll be channel surfing for a little college football final with Adnan, Danny, and Joey. I can, you know, typically we wake up early for those morning flights on Sunday morning, like 4 a.m. and it's usually still on with the guys who seemingly work about 24 hours on these Saturdays. Last 90 seconds, Austin Allen, as he goes underneath and gets that complete to Cody Hollister. But between the Texas A&M game and this night, Austin Allen has taken his licks.
Yeah, he'll probably have a similar week of preparation and treatment, trying to get his body refreshed before the Ole Miss game next week.
And he takes another. 6th sack for the Bama defense as Hall came in. A freshman from Washington, D.C., Terrell Hall. You know, it's interesting, that Texas A&M game, you know, we showed you he was battered, he was down, he threw for 371 yards, had 156 in the fourth quarter. He's got 371 right now tonight.
Yeah.
Had 371 against Texas A&M as well.
The difference tonight, the 3 interceptions and the fumble that was picked up and scored, return.
Could be the final play here. And tack on to that total for Austin Allen. Another 29 yards. Nick's going to coach right to zeros on the clock and scrutinize everything. That guy is something. Calm and cool and pretty talented is Jalen Hertz. Leading the way for Nick Saban, their 18th consecutive win. Holly?
Well, Coach Saban, despite the big win, you were frustrated as you walked off. How do you describe your defensive performance tonight, though? 2 scores for your defense.
Well, the defense scored 2 times, but they gave up some pretty easy scores, and I wasn't really pleased with the way we played pass defense, but you got to give Arkansas's quarterback and their receivers a lot of credit. Made a lot of good throws and a lot of good catches.
Jalen Hertz has impressed me tonight. The first time I saw him live. How do you describe how this kid continues to grow?
Well, we played really well in the first half on offense. I only think we had about 15 plays in the second half. We're on the field on defense the whole time. Couldn't get off the field, but Jalen has played great. He plays better every week, and he played a really good game today. And I thought our offense did an excellent job today.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Alabama pushes their win streak to 17. They get past the first of the 4 straight tough games that could define their year, 49-30. Now let's send it to Steve Levy, Washington State and Stanford. Next up here.